When I think back on my worst nightmares, the nightmares that affected me deeply, those nightmares that once you have them again because then you can't get it out. They're usually around somebody in my family dying, or somebody in my family changing or becoming like a double of themselves. Or they're around me doing something that harms somebody else that's close to me, and then I have to live with the guilt of that. The fears that really plague us until we die, or we come to terms with them somehow. I haven't.
Hey.
The beautiful thing about genre filmmaking is that you can take personal material or something that's very difficult and you put it through this filter and out comes this work of invention, which is fun and it can be therapeutic.
Up you go.
I feel like there is this complacency that comes with watching horror films. People know the formulas, they know the tropes. And it's satisfying to see a film do exactly what you're expecting it to do. The goal was never to subvert the genre, but rather to get to that destination that you have to get to in a way that I hope feels emotionally surprising. So that once you arrive there, it's kind of everything you've been expecting, but hopefully it's different. It was very important, especially with Hereditary, that the metaphor continue to function even as all these things are happening. I wanted to make a film that served as a vivid family drama before any of the horror elements were even thought about, let alone attended to or, executed.
She didn't want to go to the party. So why was she there?
Right. We're stopping this right now. I said stop right now.
Fine.
I wanted all of the scary stuff to come from a place of character. I wanted to make a very character-centric film. Hereditary actually owes a greater debt to the melodrama than to the horror film. It is in that melodramatic tradition. It's about people going through extreme emotions. And the film kind of aims to be as big as those emotions. It's expressionistic in the same way that my favorite melodramas are, in that the form really strives to match the content.
Mom, what are you doing?
One of the first things I told everybody in the crew was that I wanted the film to feel evil. I wanted the movie to feel as though it was in some way tied to the perspective of this cult that's always on the periphery. We're with the family in their ignorance of what's happening, but I wanted there to be this sinister, knowing quality to the movie. I wanted to make a film that didn't let people off the hook.
Can you write something?
I hope it functions as a serious meditation on grief and trauma, while also hopefully being a very compelling and fun ride.
Oh, Louis, I love you, sweetheart.
I'm sorry, can we stop?
What?
Hi. Hello, there you are.
I wrote this while I was going through a pretty bad breakup after a long-term relationship. I wanted to make a film that felt as big as a breakup feels. From a distance, if it's happening to someone you know or somebody else, it's like this silly thing and they're gonna get over it. But when you're in it, it can feel cataclysmic. And so I wanted to make a breakup movie that felt as consequential as a breakup feels. I did a lot of research into Swedish midsummer traditions and a lot of research into German and English midsummer traditions. Looked into Swedish folklore, did a lot of research into different spiritual movements, and I deliberately looked into spiritual movements that I found beautiful as opposed to ones that I was skeptical about. That, I would say, would have been the most important part of the process, and actually the stuff that finds its way into the film more than anything.
No!
Gore, like the images of body horror, these are images that are making very strong, consequential impacts on the characters.
You feeling okay?
I just really need to not be here right now.
Yeah.
I want it to be something that is like felt, if anything, to just bring you closer to that character's experience. It's sort of a game of like withholding in certain places and then like indulging in others. Everything in this film, once you get to Horga, is designed to hopefully kind of play in two ways. One that could be seen as like a horror movie spectacle where, you know, somebody witnesses something awful. Or it could be seen as Danny being forced to confront something that she's been looking away from and then being presented with like a different way of viewing that thing that will maybe allow her to process it better. After making Midsommar, I was thinking about what's next, and it felt like I had just enough goodwill at that point to, you know, to light it on fire. I always knew the film would be divisive. It's a pummeling, and it's supposed to be. It's a nightmare comedy. There was a period during which I thought it would be my first film. I remember giving it to a producer that I went to school with, and then she sat me down and said, "Yeah, this is nice, but do you not want to make a movie?"
Help me! 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 Help me!
I'm very neurotic, and I'm obsessed with like worst case scenarios. That's how I end up writing stuff like this. It's usually just so I can like give myself a break and inflict horrible things on fictional characters as opposed to like projected future selves.
Decline.
What? No, it's not. Can you try again, please?
It was always like an adventure film where he goes from world to world, and the one thing that was tying everything together was that every world was terrible, and he was fucked in each one.
You don't look especially overjoyed to see me, honey. I was dead just a minute ago. This is a miracle.
The more horrible, the funnier for me.
What does that mean? What do you mean about
I'm not asking you to leave. I'm asking you to fucking drink this fucking pain with me.
I mean, I was laughing a lot while writing it and making it. It's probably obvious, but I tried to really not censor myself very much on this one.
Fuck you.
And when I had the opportunity to make it, there was just a feeling of like, okay, I'm gonna not compromise on this one. Whatever this is, it's just gonna be. But yeah, it's about guilt and anxiety and ambivalence.
We are gathered now to assess the extent of the subject's guilt.
I think ambivalence is a very particular kind of hell. You know, it's about like an unlived life. Somebody who's really trapped. It's funny, you get so lost in the minutia of making a film and executing a film seeing it with an audience for the first time, like, it was a reminder. I intended to make something that got an audience going. There are scenes where the audience tends to scream or react at the same moment. I had never had that experience as a filmmaker before. It's a verifiable thing, whether the audience is with you or not. Those moments where you feel that the film is working on the audience, and it's palpable, that's huge. I had never experienced anything like it before, but it's addictive. I want to do it again.